My name is Kupina. I'm a principal partner in 212 Social Co. So that involves the Ranch Roadhouse and Central Social Hall. For me, great upbringing, played a lot of organized sports. Was a hockey. My first dream was to play in the NHL. And up and coming through high school, that dream faded, or maybe my skills faded, and I then really picked up a passion for the hospitality industry. First bar I ever opened was in Leduc, and it was a little pub called the Green Room. I was 22 years old. Spent the millennium there, the New Year's of 2000. You know what, really, financially it was an epic fail. I lasted out there for a year and 8 months, and before I had to get a secondary job to pay myself. But what I learned was perseverance. I learned a lot about the shock of opening your own business, everything there is to do with it, and really learning, the drive it takes to plug away day in, day out, and learned a lot from those mistakes early on, and really that sort of paved the way. There's on your road there's going to be many failures and many successes. So for me, you try to never get too low and never really get too high either. Just know that it's going to be that ball up and down road, and hopefully at the end you end up on top. What I feel a successful entrepreneur is never be above any job. Really everything you do, being a leader throughout that, whether when I bust a table, whether I worked as a bartender, whether I mopped up puke in a bathroom, I did it to the best of my ability, and was proud to do it, and was a leader while doing it. For me, really, family is everything. I know everybody says that, but for me it truly is. And they've been an epic support system around me, but they've been here every step of the way. Whether my mom mops and cleans, and every opening I've ever been, she runs around like she's just always helping. My work family in 212 is very dynamic. We've been through a lot. Started in 2009, and I partnered with Jerry Rhoda. We weren't really friends. We were kind of put together by a mutual acquaintance at the time, and we're perfectly incompatible, if that makes sense. Like, we're completely different. Everything that I lack, he seems to be great at, and vice versa. Okay, the Ranch Roadhouse is a concept that I'm especially proud of. It's been a unique story in its own. It started in 2006 under a completely different ownership group. I was a minority owner. I helped with one other gentleman create the concept, name the bar, create the look, the feel, the brand, so to speak. What we really strive here is, and something I'm very proud of, is the safety aspect of our bar. Our operations, we're the Best Bar None program. We're the Bar of the Year. Well, Central Social Hall, before we opened, we'd always dreamed of moving as our age got older. The relevancy in the marketplace for us was really seeing a gap of finding a place where people could eat and also have a good time with a little bit of atmosphere. So, somewhere between a nightclub and a lounge or a traditional pub. What we found, though, is when we came out of the gates that our weekend experience was great, our food, not so great. And that's our one biggest learning thing that we took from it, was that people's expectation of the food, because of the look of the room, the feel of the room, the atmosphere, was much higher than we anticipated. So, people were going online and lighting us up on social media, and I was kind of like, well, hey, we're just a pub. Like, I didn't think, our food just was, we set out to have above average food, and but it was nice. I mean, really the public forced us to elevate our food game. Okay, so how does Volvo come into my life? So my younger brother works for Volvo. he started coming around with his demo and that kind of stuff, and really seeing the brand evolve. Everyone had a preconception, I think, of Volvos being boxy or Volvos being for the soccer mom. Everybody knew they were super safe, but you know, there was no real sex appeal. And I think that was the first thing I really noticed was the sex appeal of the brand, and the intricate detail, the handling, the quickness of the cars that Jordy was bringing around and showing us. The cool thing for me was also listening to my brother give my fiance a delivery. He went through a complete delivery for her XC60, and listening to the safety features, I was pretty blown away, about some of the levels that Volvo goes through to keep you safe, and some of the ways the car like crumples in an accident or doesn't crumple, and some of the moving parts that work, that you never even hope to even think about. Aside from the fact that you're driving a nice car, and also that it's going to protect you. So to have those two things together, I think really makes me feel good that I drive one and that she drives one. I'm Jesse Kupina, and I drive a Volvo.